Good morning, everybody. I am so grateful to be here with you today. We are going to be going over the angel messages for this weekend. However, I always set the intention that these messages be meant for you anytime you come across them. So it doesn't matter if maybe you're in a different part of the world where we're already into the evening or the next day, or even if these messages come across your path a week or two from now. Your spiritual team is so efficient. They know when you will see these messages. I will let you know in advance that the way we're going to do the spread is we will talk about the current energy, the near future, and then 2 actions to take. Then we will pull it all together. I will switch to the other camera here in just a minute, but I wanted to hop on and say hello to everybody for just a minute here and make sure that you had a chance to connect in any way you wanted to by grounding your energy and knowing who you're speaking with. I'm Devon. If you're new here, thank you so much. For those of you who are always in the chat, great to see you. Let me know where you're tuning in from. How is this energy treating you? We have so much energy in Pisces right now. If you had a chance if you didn't have a chance to see the messages I did with Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot on Wednesday, please go check out that video. We talked about your personal power with all this energy, especially throughout 2025. Last night, we had the new moon apex. It was at 6:44 p.m. Central Time that it apexed, but the energy is still here. So the messages we're going to be going over today will still encompass that new moon energy. And tomorrow we have Venus stationing retrograde. So that's going to be an important energy to keep in mind as we move through the month of March. On Monday, I'm going to be doing a live all about Venus retrograde guidance, and I'll go through the things to know about Venus retrograde and how to use that energy in your highest interest. You know, I always like to let people know it's always for us that these planets go retrograde. And you tend to see things on social media talking about, oh man, Mercury's retrograde again. Yes, these are things to think about, but it doesn't mean that it's meant to go against you. In fact, we're meant to use the energy to review, to reorganize, to redecorate, to really rethink things and see things from a different perspective. That's really the ultimate idea, is to look at things differently. However, whenever certain planets go retrograde, there are certain things to keep in mind. And one of them with Venus is just to be very cautious with new relationships or taking relationships to a new phase, because there's not always going to be a lot of clarity around each other's motives and what people really want. In fact, Chris and I chatted about this a little bit Wednesday, how you may even not realize that people are not telling you the whole truth, and it may not even be on purpose. They haven't even realized on their own. So I want you to keep that in mind as we're moving into the month of March. There are some historic transits happening in March. So if you haven't checked out my March angel messages, those are live as well. You can go see what's coming up for you. Add it to the energy of today, add it to the new moon angel messages I did this past Monday, and really soak up this Pisces energy now, so that as we move into March and eventually into a lot of Aries energy, you've done the inner reflection, you've done the self-discovery to really help you set yourself up for success and really embrace the guidance that's coming in for you. So it looks like we've got some people here in the chat. Thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. It helps push it out to other people. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we'll dive into your angel messages here. I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat, and let's look at the spread too, so that you can see what we're going to be pulling up here. Good morning, April. Good morning, Hubert. Good morning, Anna. Sicilian Aphrodite there. Hello. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Yes, this energy has been intense. I know a lot of people haven't been sleeping, and it's been, we're kind of trying to wrap some things up here, aren't we? So I want you to keep in mind that this is all happening for us, and oh, I didn't light my candle. I knew there was something I wanted to do before I hit go live. So join me. Yes, we love having the candle going here. So yeah, let me know how everybody's doing in the chat. Ooh, hot chocolate sounds good, Hubert. I love it. Is it still chilly where you are? We're finally getting some spring weather here. I'm so excited to start planting my vegetables soon. I still got to do some prep work, but I'm ready to get into gardening mode here as well. All right, let's start with these angel messages here. Now, one of the things I'll do differently is I'm going to pop up the what days we're talking about here. You can see on the screen that I have oh well, I don't know if it's coming up yet. Let me double check that it is coming up. But I want you to be able to see, yeah, it did come up. Okay, great. I want you to be able to see which days I'm on in case you're popping in late, or you want to come back and watch this video later. You will be able to see, okay, which day is she on? But of course, at the end, we pull it all together, okay? There's going to be an overarching message for all of this. And as I said, if you felt called to click on this video and it's a different day of the week or even a different month, it doesn't matter. This is what's so amazing about working with your spiritual team, about being in divine flow, is these messages find you when they're meant to find you. All right. It is cold there, Hubert. I'm sorry. Sending you warm, sunny weather soon. All right, moving on to Friday. Like I said, this row is going to be the present energy, or like if you're waking up Saturday morning, the energy you're waking up to. This row is going to be your near future. And then these are going to be the actions to take each day to make the most out of the energy. And we are definitely going to pull it all together as we get further in. So moving on to Friday morning, right now at the time we are recording this message, what is the energy that we have here? We have the Four of Earth. All right, so the Four of Earth card talks about being too frivolous or too cautious with money, making good business decisions, giving to the less fortunate. I believe we had this card recently in, maybe it was last weekend's reading or one of the overall energy messages, but it really is about assessing your material resources and seeing where could you make better business decisions or financial decisions. And that's because this watery energy that we have in Pisces, it can make it easy to miss some boundaries, right? It can make it easy to invest in the wrong thing because you don't have all the information. And Mercury in Pisces is an energy that needs to really be grounded. We have so many planets in Pisces. We have the sun. The moon is still in Pisces right now. We have Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, and the North Node all in Pisces. So really, really assess your finances today. It's a good time to make sure you paid all those bills. It's a good time to check to see if you have any subscriptions you don't need anymore. I went through that with my husband last week. We went through like, what are we using right now? We did a bunch of cancellations. But that is the energy right now. It's just looking around you. Now, it also could be that today is the day to really take action with investing in something in your business as well. So is there something that you want to launch with this new moon energy? It's a wonderful day for that. So if you've been thinking about getting started on a project for work or really investing in something for work, today's a good day. And the energy is there. We just want to make sure we're doing all our research because of that Pisces energy that can sometimes be, it can be where you act out of emotion is, I guess, the way I should say it. You could make an impulse purchase because of the emotional energy, right? And by the way, how did that new moon feel to you guys yesterday leading up to it? Was it tough for any of you guys? I felt like it was pretty crunchy. And, I've heard a lot of astrologers refer to it as one of the best new moons of the year. And I thought, well, that's interesting because we're probably not going to feel the effects of it then until at least the upcoming full moon, or maybe even 6 months from now when we're in the full moon of Pisces, because yesterday was a new moon in Pisces. So I felt it was it was a dense energy, even though it's been such a good energy to some degree. April says, Darla and I said it felt like a full moon. There you go. That's exactly what it felt like to me too. Very much so. Very different. Very unique. But at the same time, we were coming to the very end of that full moon cycle right before the new moon apex too, right? So now the new moon will begin building in light. And so this is a great time to start something. Yeah, if you wanted to begin something, Hubert, this is the day. So let's move on to the near future energy here. We have the Page of Earth. Okay, I love this card for after this energy. It talks about good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, or a new area of study. So look at that. That's really great. Maybe you need to invest in taking an online course or some kind of skill that'll help you with your business. Maybe this work that you're doing right now with this Four of Earth card is going to bring you that success. So again, anything you've been wanting to do right now for your business, or it doesn't even, maybe you don't have your own business or you're retired. It's anything in your environment that's going to help you feel that emotional stability, that spiritual stability, feeling safe in your environment. All of these things, investing in that is going to help you. Like I said, I'm going to get my spring garden going soon. That I always have to invest in that with some new resources, adding new soil, whatever. Sometimes I have to study. I have a peach tree that hasn't been doing very well. I've been learning about that, how to get it back, nurse it back to health. These are all things that we can invest in. And of course, we have YouTube with this amazing source of knowledge. I can easily go on there and research these things without having to spend any money either. It's just an investment of time. So I really, really like that energy for the near future. Maybe today you can plan a little time to watch a tutorial or look for some online classes, because again, this new moon energy is wonderful for getting started with that right now. So what are the actions to take for today? First one is the dreamer. Oh, I love this card coming right after this. A leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So exciting, okay? This is that Fool card in tarot. It's a leap of faith. Maybe you have always thought about signing up for those Reiki healing classes or that animal communication class. Here's your chance. Invest in yourself. Take that leap of faith, okay? Whatever that is for you, the first thing that came to mind, there's something they're wanting you to start today. This is the beginning of the hero's journey, and we are in this new moon. You cannot make this stuff up. So what's another action card for us to take today? Look at that. Seven of Water. It means we need to make a choice, a complex decision, the need to do some research. What do we talk about? Research, getting online. Stop procrastinating. I love this. And again, check out the live I did with Chris Reck on Wednesday. I asked him about this card because it's the Seven of Cups in tarot, and he always calls that card spoiled for choice, meaning you have so many choices. But look at how lucky you are to have so many choices. And if you don't make the right one, that's okay. You learn from it. You pick yourself up by your bootstraps and you pick another cup and you try again, right? So you do have to take that leap of faith to go ahead and choose make a choice, right? So if you're putting off doing something, it's probably because you don't have enough information. Do the research, get the information you need. That will sustain you with taking that leap of faith. I love that. Of course, we're going to pull all this together as we move into the Saturday energy. What do we have for when we wake up Saturday morning? The Three of Earth card, the power of creativity, recognition for high quality work. Be a team player. Look at that. I love this earth energy coming in here, especially with so much water. This is very grounding, and that's what we're being asked to do, is really ground ourselves. And I believe it was April you mentioned last week, combining water and earth is very powerful, and that's what we're doing with all this water energy in Pisces, but then also Mars is still in Cancer, and then we're bringing in this earth energy here, right? So this says this is really going to be about focusing on your creativity. If there's anything that your heart has wanted to start, some kind of creative project, if you can hold space for that this weekend, that could be really, really beneficial. If you wanted to start that book, you wanted to start ideas for a podcast. For me, getting out in the garden, getting things planted. These are things that are going to really benefit you with this energy when you wake up in the morning. But of course, it also takes cooperation. It says be a team player. When you collaborate with others or you work together with others, this really brings in that energy of feeling like, we can do this together, and each of you see each other and your qualities and what you bring to the team. So coming up in the near future for Saturday, we have the Queen of Air card. It says independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision-making, clearing away with what no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. And that can be tough to do when things are tricky, but that is a really interesting card to get for later tomorrow. It may mean that we need to allow things to just be in divine flow. Maybe whatever we had planned is not going to go the way we planned it, but just look for the humor in that. Try to laugh it off. If you have been finding conflict with those around you, maybe it's a good time to try to have that conversation in a compassionate way and try to find the humor in it. Again, just be objective with the things you're doing. Again, with this watery energy, we're being asked to ground ourselves. And so I love that this card is following these cards here, because you want to, again, make sure you're not acting out of we don't want to react out of emotion. We don't want to have emotional spending. What do we call it? Shopping, retail therapy, when we go shopping out of emotion. So just be very grounded and objective with any decisions you make and any investments you're planning. Like I said, especially with Venus going retrograde, Venus does rule money and luxury. So we want to just be grounded with any spending. Another thing that you'll often hear astrologers say about Venus retrograde is a good time to refurbish things. So you can go find something old and renew it, and you can actually find good deals doing that. So that's an interesting energy too. If you're somebody who likes to hunt for bargains, you could probably find some good bargains starting tomorrow with the Venus retrograde energy. So I love that as well. All right, moving on to the actions to take for Saturday, we have the Awakening card. It says, Archangel Gabriel will work with you. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So yeah, this is a really great card for understanding someone else's point of view. Again, looking at things from a different perspective, that can be really beneficial. Maybe it's putting yourself in the other person's shoes. These are things that can help you with this objective decision making, trying to rise above and take that 30,000 foot perspective. Thank you so much for the likes. I really appreciate it. It helps push the video out to others who might need to benefit from these messages. So thank you so much. And the other action will combine all this together for Saturday, because they're asking us to really look at things differently. Oh my gosh, another card with those wings. Look at that. Justice, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. Having these cards together is really, really powerful. So tomorrow you are going to be asked to have to make a decision. You are going to have to not be overly emotional with it. You're going to have to be what am I saying here? Objective. That's what I'm saying here. Still waking up, I guess. But having these cards together, again, putting yourself in the other person's shoes or looking at things differently, and then really still standing in your beliefs. Do what you know is right. Those are the two actions to take for tomorrow. And I think that's going to be really important. Hubert says, writing has been on my mind. Yeah, you're right, April. Writing is super powerful, and you can always call on Archangel Gabriel to help you with that. I work with Gabriel all the time for creative projects, especially when I'm sitting down to write. All right, moving on to the Sunday energy here, and of course, we'll pull all of this together. We have Six of Air. Six of Air. So it says, again, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So we are literally leaving something behind with this card. You can see the unicorn is leaving a bunch of other unicorns behind. This is a good card. This is showing that you are choosing another path. You are choosing something that is better for you. And what a wonderful card to get for Sunday morning, because we'll still have this new moon energy launching us, and it'll give us that chance to really take advantage of the new moon energy and go somewhere new with this. I really, really like this. And whenever I see this card and it says end of a difficult situation, it's also like I always feel that sigh of relief that we can just, it's Sunday morning. Everything's good. We're going to take a look at our week. Like I always say, I always journal on Sunday mornings. I sit and look at the week ahead. Sometimes I look several weeks ahead, depending on what kind of planning I'm doing. And I ask the angels for help, and I hold space for things such as creative projects, gardening, things I want to do. I actually block out time in my calendar for creative projects, for playtime, for things like that, because it's important that we have time for that and you have to hold space for it. So use your weekend to plan ahead and create space for these investments you're making in yourself. And the energy on Sunday afternoon and evening, we have the 4 of Air card. It says, time to rest or take a vacation, allow more time before making a decision. Meditation provides answers. So I love this card as well because basically I feels like there's going to be some kind of option for you today to invest in or take a chance on. Again, we've got this leap of faith card here, and we're going to pull all this together in just a moment when we get the actions. But this is, again, that card of slowing down, reviewing your options. Both of these angels are up at that 30,000 foot perspective, looking at things from both sides, right? So let's see what the action cards are, and then we can pull all of this together. For the action card, we have the 3 of Water for Sunday, and it says a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. What did I say about holding space for something fun, for something playful? Go ahead and see if there's any way you can hold space for doing something really fun this weekend. And if you can't get out, do a puzzle, play a game with a loved one, but hold space for that. Do things that are fun or celebrate this new moon energy, celebrate something you're looking forward to doing. That can be really positive as well. Anna says, going to be out in nature this weekend. Lovely. Haven't been in a while. Looking forward to all my angel messages in the woods. Ooh, I love that. Yes, I hope you'll grab your journal too, or at least be ready to journal as soon as you get home to write down all those signs. I can't tell you how often I get signs on my walk and I'm like, I have to remember to write that later because I don't take my journal on my walk. I take it everywhere else. But I'm just, as we're talking about this, I'm remembering that 2 days ago I was on my walk and a yellow butterfly circled me. And whenever that happens, I always feel like I'm walking into another realm for a moment because the butterfly flies in front of me and then circles around me. And it just feels like a portal. So I meant to write that in my journal. So you just reminded me, Anna. I'll definitely do that. So moving into the second action to take, my journal always travels with me. Thank you, Anna. Me too. The second action to take for Sunday is your wishes come true, concerns fade away, a love of life. So again, what do we have here with this card where we have the 6 of Air saying the end of a difficult situation, and then we have concerns fade away, a love of life. And so because this is an action card, we're going to want to do the things we love with this energy and find ways to just really fall in love with life in a new way. Fall in love with a new project, fall in love with a new plan, fall in love with some kind of work you're learning. And, it's really, again, like I said, we're going to have Venus retrograde, but also Mercury retrograde. So do you like to refurbish things? Do you like to reorganize? What's something that you could do to make you fall in love with your space again? Sometimes just rearranging your desk or your office brings in that new creative energy. So it's a really great time for that. And of course, we will be approaching the spring equinox during March. So it's a great time to start your spring cleaning. You can start right now. You don't have to wait for spring. I usually start before spring because I'm ready to get the house cleared out after the holidays and everything. Hubert says, I draw in my journal. Me too. I love drawing in my journal. If you don't feel like writing, just doodle. A lot of people say, I don't know what to put in my journal. I don't feel like writing everything. One of the things that I teach in my angel communication class and in my intuition coaching sessions is, that you can do things to open your intuitive channel when you're feeling blocked, and drawing is one of them. So I love that you mentioned that, Hubert. So let's pull all these messages together. Look at these 3 earth cards we have here. We also have 3 air cards and 3 water cards. So what is not in this spread right now? There's no cards of fire. We don't have that fire energy there. So again, I think we're being asked to really ground our emotions. We're being asked to not act out of passion, right? We don't want to be excitable when we're making these choices. So anything you can do to ground your energy today and over the weekend before you're making any decisions, that's going to be really helpful. This card here that says take more time, rest, meditation, that's very grounding as well, because we want to allow these things to come to us when it's in our highest interest so that we don't act out of passion and then end up regretting it later. That's the big thing that you'll see with the Venus retrograde energy. Of course, I will be doing a deep dive into angel messages for the entire Venus retrograde on Monday. Join me Monday at 11 a.m. Central. It's already scheduled if you want to go hit the notify me button so you don't have to remember. I've got actually my next 3 live scheduled. On Monday, we'll do Venus retrograde. On Wednesday, we're doing ravens and crows. We're doing another video about animals, and one of the biggest requests I got when I asked you guys was, what animal should I do next? You said ravens and crows, so we are doing that one next. I'm so excited. I've been studying up on them a lot. I've got a lot of stuff to share with you, and we'll do that Wednesday, and of course I'll have your angel messages there, and then Friday morning we'll be back for the same thing we're doing now. So they're all scheduled if you want to go hit the notify me button. That's why I do that. And of course, I will also be on Minopon Tarot with Chris Reck on his channel at noon Central on Wednesday. So I hope you'll join us over on Minopon Tarot as well for that. I'm so excited and honored to be there for that. So going back into this overall message here, I really, really want you to focus on these 2 cards together, looking at things from a different perspective and doing what you know is right, standing up for your beliefs. See all these choices we have later today or today. We are being asked to do some information, get some information, do some research, right? So if you've been thinking about making a change, today is the day to make that phone call and ask somebody for some advice, do that research, reach out to a friend who's done something similar and get their advice on it, because you won't be able to make the right choice until you have the information that you need. In fact, that might be one of the reasons you're feeling stuck right now, is you just need to get more information. That's really what I'm getting for today. If you're feeling stuck about anything, do the research, take that leap of faith, and then you'll be able to make the right choice here. Then tomorrow, like I said, when we wake up, we want to be a team player. We want to be objective, and we want to really take that 30,000-foot perspective that the angels always take, especially if anything comes up for relationships with you this weekend. This is what I'm getting for tomorrow. You may see some things come up with relationships. Like I said, Venus does go retrograde tomorrow, but the overall energy here is also suggesting that even though we have this new moon energy, which can often bring in new relationships, it can also be a new phase for relationships. So we want to just, again, make sure we're not overreacting to things. We're not getting excited. We're not acting just from passion. And then finally, just trusting when you wake up Sunday morning, things are getting better. You've come to the end of a difficult situation. So the actions to take are get out there and have fun. Fall in love with life. It's going to be a fantastic weekend for really nurturing what your heart wants. Good morning, Casglow. Good to see you there. I saw you over on Robert's chat. For those of you who didn't see my live with Robert Phoenix, we tune into his show all the time over on his channel, 11th House Astrology. You can also type in Robert Phoenix. And I got to see you in there. I don't always get to chat. I get to say hi, and then I have to go about my day and just listen. So, but it's fun to see everybody on each other's channels, right? So yeah, I really feel this energy is positive as long as you are really bringing in that grounding energy and you're not acting out of emotion. You're acting from an objective space. Hello, Heidi. You're joining us just right at the end. Yes, I'm excited about it too, but great to see you in the chat here. And trust that, this, take a screenshot if you need to, or come back and watch as many times as you want. Trust that your team is with you, and just remember to really ground your energy. In fact, let me know in the comments what you're going to do to ground your energy today. I think or this weekend. I think my grounding energy is going to be to get out there in the yard and do some yard work. I did a little bit yesterday and it just felt so good because we finally had the energy there for it. And I was like, oh, I've missed this. It has been so cold over the last couple of weeks and now it's finally warming up. So yeah, look at this energy here. It's wonderful, fantastic energy. I'm wishing you all a fantastic weekend. I'll see you Monday for the Venus retrograde live at 11 a.m. Central. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.